dancer, and welcome for another appointment of A Cup of Tea, which is our weekly conversation about soulful and creative fusion belly dance. I'm Lamia Barbara, your host, and I'm so happy that you're here. If you're a passionate dancer and you want to blend fusion belly dance with the Indian dance, or you want to go deeper into your fusion journey, then this is the perfect place. Today is going to be a short and sweet episode where I would love to give you a very simple mindset shift that can really transform the way you think and act in your fusion belly dance journey. So first thing, there is a little story behind my story, my personal story, so a little behind the scenes. When I was starting, and it was, oh my God, almost a lot of years ago. I think, let's say 15 years ago, I was starting my journey and in fusion belly dance, and what I felt was this hunger. I was so hungry for movements. And I was so hungry for movements because I wanted to really absorb everything around me so that I could shape-shift it within me and create my own way of expressing myself and finding my own voice. So this is a sacred path. I'm not judging anything, and I really think this is a sacred path. But at the same time, I want to address the fact that in that specific moment of my life, I was really reaching out for so many different dance styles, kind of on the surface, I would say. So I was going for all kind of Western dance classes, so ballet, contemporary, jazz, hip hop, and then I was going to some, let's say, folk, ethnic, even though this word is just, it doesn't represent anything because ballet is as ethnic as Indian dance. It's just of another region of the world. But anyways, just let's use the vocabulary, this very old, I think we should find another vocabulary for us. But just using the old words, I was also going to reach out for other, let's say, folk dance styles and Middle Eastern dance classes, of course, a lot of Rakshaki, a lot of Tunisian. I was going for Bhutto theater dance. I was going for a lot of different styles. And all these classes, all these different dance experiences definitely shaped the dancer that I am today. So I'm not saying don't go for that. I'm actually saying go for that and experience as much variety that you can within your body and into different vocabularies, because this is the best way to absorb and to connect with new pathways and create new pathways, and also to nourish creativity within you. And like we said in an interview with Sara Papalardo, go check that if you love this topic. As we said with her, the more you can find new ways to express something, the more you will find new realities within yourselves as well. So it's like creating new words and new vocabularies and new ways of saying the same thing but maybe differently, or saying new things. So that said, I was hungry for movement, and I was going to reach as many dance classes as I could. I was exhausted but happy, which is something that we as dancers might probably relate very easily. But at the same time, what I felt at some point, and what really created this shift within me, is that I was going, as I said, as I mentioned, I was just touching the surface of many worlds. Really of many worlds. I was just touching the surface, because doing so many different classes and not deeply enough, it was just having so many appetizers but never having a proper meal, if you know what I'm talking about. And here I have also another way of saying it. It was like I was traveling a lot, but just for 1 day or 2 days in each city that I was traveling to. So let's say I was, I don't know, like metaphorically going to Tokyo for 24 hours, and the next day I was, I don't know, in Glasgow for 24 hours, and then in New York for 24 hours. So traveling so fast and grabbing all that I could so fast. It's probably also because I'm a daughter of this time and era, but also it was not giving me the opportunity to sink and absorb fully everything that was there, right? I was just touching appetizers here and there, but always feeling like I was not nourishing myself enough with a proper meal. So this mindset shift that I'm about to give you is so important, and it changed for me. It was like a game changer in my fusion belly dance, in my fusion dance, and in my dance journey. So rather than looking for movements and be hungry, I don't want to say angry, which is another, sometimes my English is not that good. So hungry for movements, I started to really connect with the concepts behind movements, because every dance has different layers. It's like an onion. You can just touch the surface, let's say the appetizer level, which is of course the costume, the color, the main movements. But then the more you go deeper and deeper, you find new layers of the same dance, which are so interesting and so nourishing. This is the proper meal. So you just go to the next level of movements and costume and all the glitters, and you find the music. Wow, every dance styles, every ethnic dance styles, ballet included, has a deeper connection with the music that is played for that specific dance style. And then the next layer is the culture. And then the next layer, you go deeper and deeper into the very basic like philosophy of how the body is imagined and how the body is perceived and inhabit in that dance style. And to go this deep, you need time. You need time to sink into one dance style. So if I want to go back to my example of the traveling, very like super fast traveling, if I would go to Japan and Tokyo, I don't know, and I would stay there for 1 month or maybe 3 years or maybe 20 years, it would be such a great opportunity for me to sink into Budo theater dance. I don't know, it's the first, or maybe Kabuki theater dance, something which is specific of that place, and where I can really go deeper and deeper and deeper into all these layers. And the same applies to all the other dances, every other dancer that can come to your imagination. So this mindset shift here is to go from movement hunger, so this constant looking out for new movements and new styles and new ways, and to absorb as much as you can, because of course you want to touch so many things so that you can explore so many things, and you can also find new ways and create new vocabularies, because your let's say your aspiration, and this is a sacred path, you want to find your own voice in dance. You want to express yourself with your own way of expressing yourself, and this is sacred, as I said. But at some point we need to shift and go from movement to concepts. So from the basic surface level layer of the onion, and we want to really go, and like with the needle, we want to go deeper into the onion and pierce all those layers and go to the very center. So we want to connect with the music, we want to get to know the culture better, and we want to connect with the philosophy of movement and with the concepts behind and beyond all that we see on the surface. And this is such a great shift that can happen in your life because it opens so much. And it's like a contrast, because the more dance styles and the more movements we can look for, the less we can actually open ourselves. I don't know if this is like resonating with you, but I would say that anyways. But then when you really go deeper into one, like have your needle and pierce that one onion, it's like you're opening yourself and your vision so much more, and you will find so many layers, and it's a never-ending journey. So at some point, and this is my feeling, this might sounds maybe controversial, but this is where I stand on and what I believe, that at some point you want to go deeper and you want to choose one dance style. You want to choose one or maybe two that at some point you can shift, maybe the second, maybe you can have a third, but first you really want to focus on one and go deep and deep and deep. And if you're a fusion belly dancer, you really want to connect with all those layers within the belly dance world. So if Rakshaki, for example, it's your, let's use this word belly dance again, it's your Menhat Swana, which is Middle Eastern, North African, or South Swana, Southwest Asia and North Africa. It's just another way of saying the word belly dance, which is most widely used from all of us. But anyways, I'm going to use this umbrella term. So if Rakshaki is your belly dance main inspiration, you really want to go deeper in that and open yourself to the music, to the culture, to the philosophy of movement. You really want to go deeper. And then if you have Indian dance, which is of course my but my, let's say, second love, you really want to go deeper, and all the movements are pretty and beautiful and the music is intoxicating, but let's go and open it a little bit and let's see how the music is structured and it's connected with that specific Indian dance style. Let's go and connect with the culture and let's find what are the concepts and the philosophy of movement and the philosophy of the body, so that you really have a wider toolbox, and it's like you have a wider palette where you can grab all of your inspirations and find your own voice. So, dear dancer, I hope you found this inspiring and valuable for your dance journey. And if you're watching this video on January 2025, I am very excited to invite you to my free Indian Fusion Masterclass. It's going to be an amazing event. I already have received so many participants from all over the world. We are a beautiful group of passionate dancers, and I can't wait to have you on board for this. It's going to happen on the 20th of January, and you have the live streaming class and the recorded class as well, which is going to be available just for a few days, because I really want you to get that. I don't want you to put this on your digital bookshelf. I want you to go and get this when it's still hot. So come and join us for the live streaming class. You will find the link down below, or in the same link you can apply and receive the recorded class as well. And we're going to explore the connection between belly dance, which for me specifically, I come from the fusion belly dance and the Rakshaki inspired dance, and Indian dance, which is for me is mainly Bharatanatyam. You're gonna know more about this during the class, and it's going to be super fun. We're going to work a lot with the concepts behind movements, and we're going to share a lot of beautiful movements together. So come and join me for this. I can't wait, and I'm literally like shaking because I can't wait for that. And I'll see you next week for our next cup of tea.